Hi there. It's Erin Tracy again, and I am continuing on in this little very informal video series about healing, transformational healing of anxiety and anger. And yesterday, when I was here, I spoke about these steps of, which I'm sure you've heard before, of acceptance or awareness, acceptance, and allowance of where we are, what we're feeling, where we are, how we got there, and getting to this place of not minding it so much, not resisting it so much, so that we feel calmer and can move into the next place, to let go of what got us there and to feel something different. And I alluded yesterday that sometimes, while rationally we can want that, we can make the decision to end our suffering, to heal. We find it very difficult to actually do that. And this is not about willpower, and it's not about, even though some really terrible things have happened in our lives, we've experienced some very maybe traumatic events or emotionally disturbing things, we've had hardships. Even though that has happened, it isn't the reason why we can't move forward. It's definitely impacted our life. But what I want to speak about today, is about foundational energy and having enough of it and having it in the right quality and quantity to move your ball forward. And so I'm going to explain a little bit about what that is. And if you followed me, you probably already know a bit about it, but I wanted to go a little bit deeper to explain why it's not just enough to move your energy or even to do a certain practice that might make you feel more energetic for a little while. Very important and good stuff. But if you really want to move forward and evolve into a new way of living with less suffering and being able to transmute suffering and apply spiritual teachings, have integrations or interventions that you use, work more deeply, we need to address this in a deeper way. So many of my new clients, current clients, will confide in me that they feel very anxious. One thing that makes them very anxious is just the absence of peace and ease, as well as what their future might be for their health. Even though, like right now in this moment, there's no like big crisis, there's no massive backsliding happening. It's just been maybe a slow thing, or they realize they don't have the resilience that they either used to have, or realize that there's a greater cost to their well-being when there isn't resilience to bounce back from the things that happen. And they actually feel like I'm missing something. Like I've been doing a lot of study about spiritual healing. I see this practitioner and that practitioner. I've been doing therapy, been going to acupuncture and all of this, and I'm just like maintaining. And they are missing something. I'm with you because I have also been in that place. And so I want to explain what that may be, what it often is. Because usually by the time people have come to me, they've already sought a lot of things, like I was just listing: spiritual things, energetic things, healthy living, just healthy living ways of being. That includes stress management. It's not really working. And what they find is if there's a slight detour to, say, their diet, or supplements or medication playing around, it can send their GI tract into a tizzy or whatever. There's my dog is barking, into a tailspin. Let me see if I can do something about that. Cracks me up. Okay. Oh, anyway, I lost my train of thought. The dog never barks. Anyway, they notice that over time they just don't have as much energy as usual, or they haven't rebounded from an event. They just haven't, the event's over, but they're not getting back to where they were. And they may even get to this place where they're resigned, like, I guess this is just as good as it gets, and it's just going to go downhill from here because I'm this age and this, these things have happened. And that, eventually that starts to impact their joy and their connection with happiness. And so somewhere on the continuum you may be, and that's okay if it's not, if I haven't described you exactly, I'm probably hitting something that you've experienced before. It's absolutely, though, that people don't have the right diet or the right supplements, or they haven't found the right therapy approach. They're not well matched with their therapist or other practitioner. Those things could be impacting day-to-day living. And they're very important, having the diet that's right for you, having, a routine that's right for you, very important. However, it is not everything, and it usually won't be enough to bring the body, the soul, the spirit out of a long-term chronic crisis, either emotional state or physical. So the deeper reason why clients like mine, and maybe you too, or people that follow me, myself, actually, when a few years ago, I felt like this, is that our foundational energy is out of balance or depleted, used up. And so when we have that state for a long time, the body becomes inflamed, weak, sick, our immune system isn't as strong, we're more easily stressed, and it can be hard to just turn it around with just our mind. Cough drop. So foundational energy, I'm going to speak from the Chinese medicine point of view, is described as life force, or we say qi, Qi, qi. And even if you've never heard of that, or you think it's just woo-woo ideas, I assure you that it's not. You've had it your whole life. It is a part of this planet, this energy, this essence that we may not be able to see, but it's absolutely there. And we're going to play with this in just a minute and see if you can feel your own life force energy. This essential energy is not just about the energy of getting up out of bed in the morning, having the energy to complete a task or to focus, although it is partly, can affect all of that. This is about the energy of our immunity, our metabolism, our neurological processing, how we rebound from stress. Not to mention the juice just to get things done. And I'll say that in Chinese medicine, the idea of immunity, metabolism are much broader than what they are when we talk about that in Western medicine. So immunity is the ability to come into contact with things, people, situations, also pathogens and viruses, and let your body harmonize with them and be stronger on the other side of that interaction. Very useful. So the thing that I want to share, and it may sound a little bit far-fetched, but I assure you there's plenty of evidence that it's not inevitable that you have to suffer with a diagnosis or perhaps a genetic predisposition or an emotional predisposition, or even the stuff that's just in your reality, in your everyday life. It's outside your control, or maybe you even feel like it's inside your control. However, to truly move forward, move your ball forward again and heal from a trauma or emotional blow or health crisis, and set the body and the spirit up so that it's more resilient, less susceptible to a relapse or a trigger, we've got to address that depleted foundational energy. So how do we do this? I teach my clients a form of energy cultivation called Qigong. Now, you may have heard this term before. It's spelled Qi. Usually it's spelled Qigong. There's a few other spellings in English. And I do want to say to you that if you have heard this term and you've been out seeking it, there are many different types of Qigong, and they all had an original intention of supporting the body, balancing forces in the body, bringing things into balance, and shoring you up. But over time, some things have been lost. Not all practices have the original oomph to them that they used to have. They also, in order for, and you can go online right now and look up Qigong and find many things that have that label on it. It is important, though, if you really do want to heal and move forward in a way that allows you to keep walking up the steps in your evolution, in your healing, to have a form that doesn't just move energy or just have you feeling better for a little while. It's important to have a form that gets at elevating the heart and soul and healing things, not just on the physical level, but opening up the space so that you can access calm and peace, even if it's just for a moment. These things feed on each other. In order for Qigong practice to really and truly improve your state of health, your mind, having a more fluid emotional state, feeling things, letting them go, we don't just want to balance energy and improve it the way that many energy workers might do for you, which is very useful. But we also want to have this place where we can elevate our yi, our intention, virtue. I'll speak more about that in the next video. The practice that I am certified to teach and has become the backbone for my own healing and the backbone for my practice with my clients is called Pangu Shenggong. It works deeply and efficiently. It's quite simple to build and balance this essential internal energy. It does this beyond just the physical body, but brings up and elevates the heart and soul components of our existence. So this would, in Chinese medicine, this would have to do with our emotional healing, healing of trauma, the immune system, anxiety, anger, those sorts of things, our metabolic, craziness that goes on for some of us as we get older, interpersonal stress. And it is, the Pangu Shenggong absolutely is it has become something that I do every day. And most every one of my clients have learned this practice. Now, the thing is, I mentioned that this practice, Pangu Shenggong, moving form, non-moving form, there's a third level too that my teacher teaches. It is, like I said, very powerful, very accessible. Just about anyone can do it. And if they can't, we can make a modification. It gives you an opportunity to be more calm, be more open-hearted. It can be difficult for people to stick with it. It can be, it's possible that people will do the practice every day, yet there's resistance to fully integrating the intention behind the practice. And that is something that I work with my clients on integrating that and understanding not just the tenets behind Pangu Shenggong, which are kindness and benevolence, but also how other spiritual teachings that you have encountered in your life and in your upbringing apply to your healing now. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So what I would like to do, in case you have not been aware of the qi in your own body, is to see if I can't help you be aware of it right now in these few minutes before this video won't be as long. So what I'd like you to do is to take a comfortable seat. And if you're going to come back later, pardon the cough drop, and do this, you would come back at about 13 minutes. So again, just sitting in a comfortable position, upright. And have your palms upright in your lap so they're facing the ceiling. And now lift them slightly off your legs or your lap so they're just hovering in the air. Your hands are just hovering in the air. And close your eyes. And of course, you know your hands are there, but see if you can focus on the sensation in the hands, feeling in the hands. And that is what you are feeling is your life force. So even if it's, sometimes people will focus on maybe air in the room that's blowing over the hands. You may notice a warmth or a tingling and pulsing. And close your eyes and direct all of your attention on your hands with this open-hearted, curious intention with that. Become aware of chi sensations in your body, the life force that's in your body. And you can bring your attention up your arms, across the shoulders and up the neck. And up the base of the skull, and let your awareness travel over the skin of the skull, the scalp, and over the skin of the face. Just noticing any sensations there. Even if you're noticing a slight headache, tingling or itching, that could be it as well. And just staying as relaxed as you possibly can. Tune in to the rest of your body and see if you feel anything else that feels itchy or tingling or pricking, like little bug bites. And keeping your eyes closed and just as much as possible focusing on that inner body sensation now. Go deeper. And as much as you can, just focus on the body. Inhaling and exhaling. Bringing in a sincere intention to access a place of calm and peace. Anything that might be on your mind or on your heart, let it go for these few minutes. Now opening your eyes, staring at a place out on the floor in front of you. Come back into the room. I would love to know if you noticed anything in doing that short inward focusing, mindfulness. You can put it in the comments wherever you find this video. And I'd like to let you know that I'm starting soon a new program focused at reaching more people to understand these concepts, learn how to cultivate their own internal energy, and also receive support to move things out of the way that have been in the way, causing the resistance to the allowing, resistance to the calm, the stories that have kept you from feeling unflappable, so that anxiety doesn't have such a great hold on your life or such a great impact on your life. And what usually happens is people notice more in daytime energy and that sort of thing. Other things will settle down. The course is short. It's just 4 weeks with one-on-one support, group support, and Qigong teaching, as well as some short modules about transformational healing. I would love to have you. There is a link in this video to more information about that. We're starting up soon, and I will see you in the next couple of days with a couple more teachings about how I do the work that I do. And perhaps you'll find those useful, and that would be great. That would be great. Maybe it's enough. And if you'd like to know more, check out the short program. It's called Foundations to Freedom. Thanks so much. Have a lovely day.